Piqué needs support. Sergio Roberto sending it long. Alcácer beaten in the air by Ramos. Navas, no inclination to even think about looking for a Madrid player, just putting that one out of touch.
We saw that in the first half as well from Ter Stegen. Nobody wants to be the goalkeeper who makes a mistake in the Clasico, where small details decide everything.
Rakitic to Umtiti. Iniesta with a bit of time and space here, trying to cut away from Modric. Still Iniesta, neat footwork from him. Here's Rakitic, that's a poor ball. Ramos clears only as far as Iniesta. Chests it down to Messi. Sergio Roberto. Messi again. Came off Casemiro. Throw into Barcelona. Busquets to Rakitic. Umtiti. Iniesta, acres of space down the left for Jordi Alba. Busquets. Umtiti. Sergio Roberto to Leo Messi. Messi, a curling ball in, headed clear by Ramos, picked up by Casemiro, who goes down under the challenge of Paco Alcácer for a free kick.
Well, Casemiro in the spotlight in the first half. A couple of challenges, including one that saw a yellow card picked up. We haven't seen any trouble for Umtiti, was the Barca player who picked up a yellow card in the first half. Hasn't been targeted by Real Madrid.
Toni Kroos with a good ball to pick out. Asensio's having an effect in this second half. Asensio's cross, Ronaldo miscued it. He's angry with himself. It would have been spectacular had he managed to hit the target. But Asensio's had a real effect. And quite frankly, Duncan should have been in the starting 11 instead of Gareth Bale from what we've seen.
Yeah, definitely, based on how Gareth Bale was struggling in the early going. It was always going to be, it just got that sense that it was going to be one of those games in which Gareth Bale had a bit of a relapse. He was struggling on even when he was on the field of play.
Jordi Alba picks up the pass from Suarez. His cross easily blocked by Nacho. Modric on the edge of the box. Gets away from Alcácer. Sends it down the line. It came off on Titi. Falls to Benzema. Asensio's got the pace. Ronaldo's with him. Cristiano Ronaldo with only the goal to hit, and just couldn't keep it down. It's all about Marco Asensio. I really hope if there's any football injustice, Zinedine Zidane is watching this and thinking, this player is our biggest threat, and he has to be there on the pitch from the start. Absolutely magnificent Asensio. Every time he's touched the ball, he's caused problems. This time it's Messi trying to get away from his shadow, otherwise known as Casemiro. Here's Iniesta over the top. Suarez, what a save! Keylor Navas. This time Suarez struck it firmly on target, and Navas pulls out an amazing piece of goalkeeping.
Two top-class saves from Keylor Navas. Ter Stegen has a couple to his name as well. There's been some bad finishing, but there's been some great saves as well.
Well, you could see Suarez pointing out where he wanted Iniesta to put it. Iniesta put it exactly in the right spot. Keylor Navas was there. In comes the corner. Messi can't bring it down. Hooked away by Marcelo, only as far as Jordi Alba. Rakitic. Busquets. Rakitic. Not the greatest of balls. It's going to be picked up by Carvajal. And Suarez tries to hold him back, but can't. Busquets sliding in. Here's Piqué. Messi back to Busquets. Barcelona on top of things momentarily. Vulnerable to a counter-attack. Messi with the shot. Navas couldn't hold it. Carvajal clears. Finds Toni Kroos. Here's Ronaldo. That should be on Titties. And he was in firmly. And it's a Football Club Barcelona throw in. And I hesitate to say it, but I get the impression Cristiano Ronaldo isn't exactly at 100% form either. There he should have been called offside straight away. The flag stayed down. That goes down as a chance missed.
Yeah, this game might very well be defined on finishing. We've seen so many opportunities inside the area that just haven't been put away. Cristiano Ronaldo, he was advanced there ahead of Asensio. Should have been called offside, as he said. That's a quality save from Keylor Navas. One of the several that he's made. Perhaps the PK header, better save from Navas. Andre Gomez coming on.
Andre Gomez coming on for Football Club Barcelona to replace Alcácer. Casemiro is replaced by Kovacic. Now, I can only imagine that has got something to do with that yellow card. Either that or he's picked up a knock, but it's going to be Mateo Kovacic in that central role in midfield for the remaining 20 minutes. Sergio Roberto, Suarez, Rakitic, blocked easily and headed clear by Ramos. Is Benzema, finds Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, chase for Ronaldo, Ter Stegen, Ronaldo takes it quickly, Modric, Ronaldo to Asensio, Kovacic to Kroos, Marcelo gets away from Rakitic, clips it to the far post, Jordi Alba's header, Rakitic down to Busquets, one or two rather forlorn claims of handball, Leo Messi does well, is Rakitic, Busquets, Gerard Piqué, Umtiti does well there. Here's Jordi Alba. Andre Gomez with his first touch. Back to Andres Iniesta. Alba. Gomez. Nobody in the middle, nobody in the far post yet again. He's got nowhere to go when he drives to the byline. I can understand Messi hanging back, but Suarez has to be there surely. Modric can't get away from Messi. Firm challenge from him. Kovacic picking it up. That's a good ball to Asensio. Asensio gets into the area. Turns Umtiti. Ter Stegen valiantly holding on to that one. This is end-to-end stuff, non-stop. No time for any comments, but any comments, Duncan, about Andre Gomez coming on for Alcácer?
Looks like he's playing higher up the pitch, and it's not Iniesta who's playing in the striking role. We've seen that many times when Iniesta will come into the left-hand side of the attack instead. It looks as if Alcácer's playing as a striker. Once again, it's the Gomez playing as the striker. A like-for-like swap in position from Alcácer.
Well, that's a loose one. It's picked up by Busquets. Not the greatest ball to Rakitic, who did well to return it to Sergio Busquets. He finds Jordi Alba. Here's Leo Messi. Rakitic thought about shooting. Tries a left footer. Ivan Rakitic puts Football Club Barcelona ahead in the Bernabeu. What a goal from Rakitic. A little bit disappointing from the defensive point of view. He got the shot off when it looked as though he couldn't make the attempt with the right foot. You thought his opportunity had gone. Rakitic makes it 2-1, unstoppable for an otherwise brilliant Keylor Navas.
Keylor Navas has made save after save, but there was no way he was going to be able to keep this out. Ivan Rakitic takes it inside, turns Toni Kroos. He's got just a millisecond to get the ball off his foot before the defence comes in. Kovacic is unable to take it away from him. What placement from Rakitic.
He just saw how wide that goal looked and how much ground Navas was going to have to clear, and didn't think twice, did he? It's brilliantly placed, hits the inside of the side netting. Rakitic makes it 2-1 to Barcelona. 17 minutes left in the Bernabeu. Is La Liga suddenly wide open once again? Luis Enrique celebrates as though he thinks it might be.
Well, that could be the goal that takes it down to the wire. we said in the first half, tough games coming up for Real Madrid. They have got the game in hand, but it's against Celta, who have performed well against Madrid this season. They also got to play Valencia, who've already beaten them this season. Got to play Deportivo La Coruña in midweek, and Atletico Madrid in the derby.
Marcelo to Ronaldo, and Gerard Piqué there to block. It'll be another corner for Real Madrid.
Well, tough games coming up for Real Madrid. For Barcelona, relatively easier games: Osasuna, Espanyol, Villarreal and Las Palmas.
Toni Kroos with the corner. Luis Suarez assuming his post at the near post. German with the in-swinger. And it's headed well clear by Piqué. Only as far as Modric. Modric into the box. Piqué blocks and heads clear once more. Throw into Real Madrid. Modric takes it quickly. Dani Carvajal. Back to Kovacic. Nacho to Marcelo. Marcelo chipping it to the edge of the box. It falls to Ronaldo. And again, not struck firmly enough and a little bit too close to Mark ter Stegen.
I'll be interested to see the shot stats for Cristiano Ronaldo. He's had more than I've seen in recent games without him scoring.
Clearly offside as that one came in though, Benzema. The flag stayed down. There's Leo Messi. Rakitic. Messi again. Still Messi. He can't get away from Marcelo though. Toni Kroos, well left by Modric. Picked up by Asensio again. Busquets with a superb interception. I have to say, Sergio Busquets is right back at the top of his game on the evidence of this evening's match here in the Bernabeu.
And he's so important. There's nobody who can step in for Sergio Busquets. Mascherano has tried on occasion and hasn't been able to.
Look at Modric. Spraying it wide to Dani Carvajal. Carvajal getting inside Gomez. Back to Modric. Toni Kroos. Modric once more. Can't find a way through. Toni Kroos. Marcelo. Really caught unawares there. Back to Kroos. Barca defending in numbers. Kovacic. Home fans showing their frustration as Nacho picks out Dani Carvajal. Nacho again. Kovacic to Ramos. Marcelo. Ramos. Nacho. Intercepted well by Suarez. What a battler the Uruguayan is. And not exactly receiving love and attention from the Bernabeu crowd. Well, attention, yes. Love, no. Toni Kroos does well to find Benzema. Benzema taking on Sergio Roberto. Gerard Piqué, solid as a rock, clears. Picked up by Leo Messi, who gets away from Ramos. What colour's the card for Sergio Ramos? It's red. Sergio Ramos leaves Real Madrid with 10 men. No doubt about it in my mind. Messi's away. Ramos sides him down. Referee Hernandez sends the captain, and so often the hero of Real Madrid, to take an early bath. Ramos can't say anything. In his defence, Madrid are in trouble.
Shades of 2011 when Sergio Ramos was sent off in this fixture for a challenge on Messi. Zinedine Zidane had obviously been trying to avoid his side getting a reduction in numbers by taking off Casemiro, who was on a yellow card, and Ramos comes in. It's reckless from Ramos. It's an atrocious challenge on Messi. It's unnecessary as well.
You can even disguise that challenge and bring him down and maybe get away with a yellow card. Going in with your feet up like that. There's a red card 7 days a week. It doesn't matter if it's the Clasico. It doesn't matter if it's the Santiago Bernabeu. It's a textbook direct red card. Ramos obviously not too pleased, having words with Gerard Piqué as he left the pitch. Applauding. I don't know what he's applauding. It's his own stupidity. He's pointing to the fans, but it's his own stupidity that's got him sent off. There is absolutely no doubt. Ramos has a bit of an on and off relationship with his central defensive partner in the Spanish national side, Gerard Piqué. I've got a feeling at the moment it's at a bit of an all-time low. Real Madrid down to 10. Ramos cross has let the home fans down there.
Well, I think the Real Madrid fans are going to be fearing what's going to happen now. I think they've read the script on this. Barcelona with slightly the better possession, but now with more space in which to work in a game which is so tightly poised.
Kovacic there under pressure, giving away a corner. The Madrid fans are incensed. The atmosphere here, you could really cut it with a knife. There's Rakitic's goal, which at the moment, with 11 minutes to go, is the winner. But there's 11 minutes to go and anything can happen. The only thing is that man there is no longer on the playing surface. Here's Iniesta.
Not only their top defender, but also the player who so many times, including earlier this season, pops up with a late goal for Real Madrid. The odds now stacked against the home side.
Leo Messi getting away from Cruz. You can expect Barcelona just to try and dominate possession here against 10 men. Gomez finds Suarez. Brilliant return ball from Suarez. Gomez's cross has fallen to Gerard Piqué. What a save from Keylor Navas. Gerard Piqué can't believe how he's missed that. Nacho goes down. It's a free kick to Real Madrid. Absolutely brilliant performance we are seeing from both keepers, especially Keylor Navas. Brilliant work from Suarez and Gomez.
Well, it's a wonderful save from Navas. He has to close it down, but he's still got to move with the ball to make the save. It's not one.
It's fallen for Ronaldo. Ronaldo over the top of Gerard Piqué, over the top of the goal. He claims it's a corner as James Rodriguez receives final instructions from Zinedine Zidane. This is not over yet. Here's Leo Messi, 3 against 2 almost. Messi down again, brought down by Kovacic. That's going to be a yellow card. No question about it, once again.
Well, those cards for Real Madrid, they've all come as a result of trying to stop Leo Messi. It's a similar challenge to the one that Casemiro had in the first half.
And it is clearly a yellow as well. It's that little touch from Messi that means Kovacic is already committed, but it's not going in with your studs, both feet studs up, as Ramos did. There's Ronaldo. There's the reason Ronaldo felt that should have been a corner. It clearly should have been a corner. The tension in the Bernabeu is hitting ridiculous levels now. James has come on to replace Karim Benzema for the last 10 minutes. Opportunity for James. I'm not sure how Morata will be feeling on the bench there. Here's Kovacic. Back to Marcelo. Marcelo, a long one. Advantage Gerard Piqué. Busquets did brilliantly and wins the free kick against Modric. Nothing Modric could do to avoid it. Neat little duck there from Busquets, who is putting in a 5-star performance today. Absolutely crucial. Here's Rakitic. Sergio Roberto to Messi. Gets away from Toni Kroos with ease. Still Messi. Still Messi. Keylor Navas once again. Ball still in play. Rakitic wins the throw. It's a remarkable display of goalkeeping from the Costa Rican shot stopper. Messi got away from Kroos with such ease there. Another fine save. Kovacic has got nowhere to go. And I think the body language of Kovacic there, letting some of his teammates know, what on earth do you expect me to do? Where do you want me to put it? Here's Rakitic, goes down under the challenge from Marcelo. Madrid could really do without this. The referee insisting that the spray goes down. Madrid have to try and win the ball cleanly. They're playing into Barca's hands at the moment.
Yeah, that Rakitic goal has changed things considerably. Real Madrid chasing something from this game. They did get a late goal the first meeting.
Rakitic with the free kick. Looking for Piqué. James gets it away. Falls to Asensio. Now Ronaldo. It's almost 4 against 2. Not the greatest ball. James will get to it though. Barca have got numbers back. James with his first touch. Leaves it for Carvajal. James Rodriguez is going to try a shot. No problems from Ter Stegen. At least it was on target from the Colombian.
Got a little deflection on the way through, maybe.
Certainly did. Samuel Umtiti. It's one back by Nacho. And then once more by Sergio Busquets, who is intercepting absolutely everything that goes anywhere near him. Madrid down to 10 men, remember. Sergio Roberto to Busquets. Busquets to Umtiti to Jordi Alba. Loose one from Andre Gomez. Throw into Real Madrid. 5.5 minutes of regulation time left. Toni Kroos. Kovacic. Modric. James to Carvajal. James' arrival has meant a more central role for Marco Asensio. It's Toni Kroos. Wide to Marcelo. Oh, and coming in on the near post, James Rodriguez gets the equaliser. Barcelona caught flat-footed there. Gerard Piqué trying to rouse the troops, but it's James with possibly the most important goal he's scored in a Real Madrid shirt. Inspirational substitution made by Zinedine Zidane. James with an easy finish in the end, but his run to the near post caught the Barcelona defence completely by surprise. Marcelo looks up, James gets away from Jordi Alba. It's a semicircular run into the 6-yard box. For once, Busquets just can't do enough to get to him. And from close range, Ter Stegen beaten all ends up. A brilliant goal from James Rodriguez, 2-2. There's still plenty of time left in the Santiago Bernabeu.
What a run from James Rodriguez. The ground he covers, absolutely phenomenal. He's been called upon to have more of the role. A lot of the fans are asking for James Rodriguez to play more minutes. He's not always been favoured by Zinedine Zidane. Bringing him on late on has been a masterstroke from the Frenchman.
And that could almost be a Liga-deciding goal. Madrid, of course, still with a game less than Barcelona. Still ahead on points, and they're not satisfied with a draw. Marco Asensio running at Samuel Umtiti. Still Asensio. Cristiano Ronaldo. James blocked. James again, Ter Stegen.
Perhaps that initial pass was intended for James Rodriguez. Cristiano Ronaldo picked it up.
A long ball for Leo Messi to chase, and Messi will be penalised for the challenge on Toni Kroos. The referee feels a free kick is enough. Toni Kroos knew exactly what he was doing there. James may just have been offside there. By the way, the ball ending up in the hands of Ter Stegen. The first block from Piqué. Slightest of touches. Free kick to Real Madrid. Into the last 3 minutes of this one. Once again, Real Madrid showing that competitive gene. Even with 10 men on the pitch, they never stop believing. And that's a concern for Barcelona right now. Umtiti back to Ter Stegen. It's been an authentic Clasico here in Madrid this evening, tonight. Are there any final twists in the tail? Samuel Umtiti. Gomez losing out easily to Nacho. Kovacic trying to get away from him. Gomez pulling him back. It's picked up by Cristiano Ronaldo. James is there. Nobody with him. Here's James. James looking for the arrival of Marcelo. Fortunately there for Ter Stegen. Marcelo didn't make too clean a contact on it. Andres Iniesta playing the ball out for Football Club Barcelona. It's Suarez. Sergio Roberto. Iniesta. Blocked by Toni Kroos. Ronaldo. Looking for Asensio. Flag stays down. It's Asensio against Piqué. Asensio! Well saved by Ter Stegen. Asensio will have another bite at the cherry. Drives it in low to Ronaldo. It was an awkward one for the Portuguese.
That was a clever attempt from Marco Asensio. I think everybody was expecting that high. Samuel Umtiti would have got to that first. Instead, he decides to send it low, but it's slightly behind Ronaldo. A difficult one to get onto.
Into the last minute, Rakitic. Real Madrid down to 10 men. Here's Iniesta. Busquets. Back to Iniesta. Well, if there is a sign of Barcelona being in decline, which many people seem to feel they are, they're not being able to hang on to that 2-1 lead against 10 men, not being able to just kill the game, would appear to back up that argument. You thought they'd done enough to take the 3 points and to open up the Liga race, but James Rodriguez on 86 minutes said no.
That goal from James is going to turn the tide of the title race if the score remains 2-2.
Just 2 minutes added by referee Hernandez. Is it going to be enough time for one of these two sides to grab victory from what has been an enthralling game of football? Andres Iniesta. Jordi Alba looking for Suarez. He could only find Modric. James again. Wins a free kick against Andre Gomes. Well, it's been just a small role for James, but he's played it brilliantly. It's a great finish. More than anything, as we said, it's that run. It just gets away from absolutely everybody. Ball watching a little bit from Gerard Piqué and Jordi Alba. But James Rodriguez with an absolutely crucial goal, and that probably just about kills Barcelona's title hopes. Messi can't believe it after all the good work done. That one straight out of touch. There are just over 30 seconds to go before the referee blows the whistle. Barca hemmed in at the back. Busquets, Sergio Roberto gets away from Modric, gets away from Marcelo. It's 4 or 5 against 3 here for Barca. If they can show some gumption. Gomez, Alba, Leo Messi! Leo Messi in the final second. The Bernabeu cannot believe what it is watching. I can't believe what we're commentating here. Who else could it possibly have been in the final second but Leo Messi?
Phenomenal. Phenomenal from Messi, just when it seemed as if the title was in Real Madrid's hands. A draw would surely have taken them on to victory in the La Liga title. Look at this. This is maybe not the best from Leo Messi in terms of inciting the crowd.
He gets himself a yellow card and he knows it, but celebrating in the Bernabeu, Leo Messi, just when we were saying, all the credit to Sergio Roberto. What an amazing run he makes. Gomez as well picks out the overlap from Jordi Alba. Alba knows who's coming. Who's coming? Leo Messi. And he absolutely destroys Real Madrid with that one moment of being in the right place at the right time, knowing what to do with it. Well, people may criticise Leo Messi, but it's actually impossible to do, isn't it? 2 more goals from him What an amazing way to finish a Clasico. We're seeing the repeats. I'm assuming, Duncan, the final whistle's gone by now. Sergio Roberto deserves all the credit for that break. Madrid finally caught on the back foot, and that is an image which will become iconic, especially if Barcelona end up taking the Liga title this season. They're still not by any means favourites, but that is a killer blow. James wondering whether to shake with Messi. Marcelo absolutely destroyed. That's been one of the most thrilling 90 minutes football I can remember all season, and that, as we always say, is why they call it the Clasico.
Lived up completely to expectations. Leo Messi with a fantastic goal in the first half, with such an important goal. In the final seconds of the game, Madrid got greedy. They wanted to win the game. They pushed forward with a man down, and they suffered because Leo Messi is capable of turning on the magic at any moment.
Let's have words with Danny Carvajal. A lot of things have happened today. What do you remember?
I think the game, the sending off affected the game. We managed to draw towards the end.